And then there were 4. Welcome everybody to my conference finals preview video. As you guys watch Sunday's games, they were great games. They fulfilled what I predicted all along. Miami and Celtics. Actually, I said Bucks, Celtics, but I didn't think the Bucks were gonna play the Celtics in the second round. So if I knew the seeding prior to doing that video, I probably would have got it right. But I got the West right, and I told y'all the Mavs were gonna pull it off, and they really beat their ass. They tapped that ass. That's all they did. But anyway, enough with all that craziness. You already know how we do. Lock in, buckle up if you're new. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. If you're not new, you already know what to do. Just hit the like button, bro. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. We're gonna start out with the Eastern Conference Finals. It is Heat Celtics. Right now, Caesars Palace, you know, the place in Vegas, they do have Boston as the favorite coming into the series. Personally, what I think about this series, I think it's gonna be a good series. It might be the best series that we've seen thus far, only because of the fact that we're getting two very defensive minded teams that play hard, play very well. They have the right leaders in the right places. They have the right guys stepping up, wanting to play defense, wanting to take that challenge. As we saw with Al Horford locking up Giannis, we saw with Grant Williams and his 3 balls in game 7, his performance was monumental. If they can get them to step up like that, like they've been doing this whole playoffs, that would be all the more better. I think Boston comes out of this series strictly because of the fact that even though both teams are like they're neck and neck when it comes to defense, I think Boston's offensive prowess outweighs Miami's offensive prowess because you have Jason Tatum, you have Jaylen Brown, you have Marcus Smart that can go for 20. You got Robert Williams, who we see now can get hot out of nowhere. Al Horford, he's gotten 30 in the playoffs. So, you know, the Celtics, they can get scoring all across the board while playing hunker down, lock up defense. I think it's a shame how, you know, the basketball world hasn't really given them enough credit for stopping the teams that they've stopped thus far. I believe really and truly that they should have got more credit for beating the Nets the way they beat them. Instead of saying it was the Celtics and their defense, people were saying, what's wrong with KD? We know what's wrong with Kyrie and KD's chemistry, but what's wrong with KD specifically? You feel me? We didn't point to the Celtics, you know, even with that game 7 win yesterday. From what I've been seeing today, I could be wrong in this testament on this side of the story. What I've seen is Giannis did all he could. No one else was there to help. They were there to help a couple times in the series, which is why they won the games that they did. But game 7, when he needed them most, they weren't there. As opposed to having those talking points on these talk shows, we should be talking about how Jason Tatum, he accepted the responsibility and guarded KD as if he took it personal. Like someone said, KD was better than you, you'll never be better than him. We should be talking about how Al Horford did his damnedest job to defend Giannis the way he did. Yes, Giannis had a hell of a series, but he had a tough time doing it. And for Al Horford to do that, 30-year-old man who, honestly, truth be told, I thought was an old man on the way out of the NBA and all that stuff. He surprised me this series. I thought they were going to win this series, but I never thought they were going to win it in that fashion, with Al Horford doing what he did against Giannis and the rest of the team just doing what they need to do to shut the other players down, like Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Bobby Portis, you know, players like that and stuff. So I think the Celtics do come away with the win. Miami, they are a very good team. They're a very deep team, but I believe their offense just isn't up there with the Celtics. Now, if they can get very, very hot in terms of not having a bad game or maybe having 1 or 2 bad shooting nights, you know, they could win that series. As we've seen in the past, Miami playing a very good defensive team, and when their shots are tough to get, their offense isn't as good. So I think the Celtics come out of that series in 6. Truth be told, I'm pretty sure the Celtics have home court, or it's Miami with home court. I think Miami has home court because the Celtics were the 2 seed. But in any case, I do think the Celtics come out in that series. I think they're gonna still win in Miami, and then I believe they'll win in 6. Simple as that. On the other side of the coin, we got Dallas and Golden State. Now, Dallas, we got to give our props to Dallas. 1, I don't want to hear no more Trae Young, Luka comparisons. That's dead. I don't want to hear any more, you know, Devin Booker is a superstar. I don't know about Devin Booker being a superstar. He has done what he has done in terms of scoring Don't get me wrong, he got a bag and can score like none other. But a superstar to me can lift his team to heights that they've never been before while showing up at the best moment possible when your team needs the most. One, he didn't show up yesterday when his team needed him the absolute most. And two, when he was in the same position Luka was in when Luka was drafted, where he really didn't have much of a supporting cast too much, Book was barely getting the 10 seed. So personally, I'm happy because I feel like the Suns got humbled. They needed that humility. And the reason I say that is because they seem to have gotten too big for their britches. Of course, I'm not in the NBA, so I wouldn't for sure know. But from the outside looking in, from a fan's perspective, it felt like not only the Suns, but also the Suns fan base got very, very, very arrogant over this 2-year run. You know what I mean? Now, I am one of those guys where I feel like you can have a level of confidence, but the Suns, they borderline were arrogant. And I say they were arrogant, and that's coming from a guy that has some of the utmost confidence. I try to be as confident as I can be. And there's a fine line between confidence, arrogance, cockiness, all that stuff. And I believe the Suns, they passed that line, unfortunately. Now, I will say this. The reason for that, and the main reason, I think, because I mainly talk basketball amongst my friends and stuff, as most people do, but our consensus behind it is they haven't won shit. So the way you guys are talking, the way you're carrying yourself, it's distasteful, it's bad, it's nasty business, you feel me? So what I want to do for now is say this, go on record and say, Chris Paul cannot be deemed the point god. He hasn't won, he can't win. I don't know what he can do to win. He's proven time and time again that he's gonna choke, he's gonna fall off a cliff. And to me, it's crazy because, like I said before, players aren't held to the same standard. You know, I saw that night on NBA on TNT, Shaq specifically said it was just one of those nights. Let a LeBron James do that. Let a Joel Embiid do that. Let some of these other guys do something like that, while also having a continuous streak. By the way, he's 0-5 in series where he starts out 2-0. If that was LeBron, I won't even say LeBron, because LeBron's in a whole nother stratosphere. When he's compared to people, he's compared to Jordan, those guys. So I'll leave LeBron out of that. So we bring up, guys like Steph. If Steph were to do that, listen, till this day, Steph is being killed for losing 3-1. Till this day, there's so many 3-1 jokes and all that stuff where the night of, when Chris Paul threw up a dud, he didn't want to shoot till fourth quarter, whatever you want to call it. It's just one of those nights. We all have one of those nights, and I have a problem with that. But we're gonna move on and get into this prediction for the Western Conference. So the Western Conference, I think it's gonna be a chess match all series. This is gonna be an amazing series because of the fact that, the Warriors are tough, proven, they've been there, they're still in the midst of a dynasty. And then the Mavs, they got this young gun, this Luka Doncic dude that is taking the league by storm. I'm confident saying Luka is top 3 right now. It goes Giannis, Luka, and then you could go LeBron, and then 4 or 5 all the way down, go wherever you want. But I'm going Giannis, Luka, Bron. Simple as that. Only reason Bron is 3 is because of how old he is. The reason I think Dallas has a shot is because their wing players have a lot more length than the Warriors wing players. The Warriors, they pretty much play 4 guards the same way the Mavericks play 4 guards. The Warriors 4 guards have a lot less stature than the Dallas 4 guards have, or wings. Dorian Finney-Smith, I consider him a guard. He's like 6'6", 6'7". That's like shooting guard height. But besides that, Warriors, they consistently play Jordan Poole, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, there's someone, and Andrew Wiggins. But Andrew Wiggins has length. He doesn't really bring the ball up court, so you can't really put him in that guard position. I really consider him, he could be 3-and-D, he could be a 2-way slashing kind of guy. But my point is, the Mavericks have a lot more length on defense, and if Jason Kidd continues to play Luka the way he did on defense last night, they might have a real shot at getting the series in 6 or 7 the same way they did with the Suns. Now, I predict that the Warriors will come out with this win in this series. I believe it will go to 6. It might just go to 7, but I think it'll go to 6 for now. I have Steph winning the Western Conference MVP because I completely forgot those were a thing. On the Eastern side, because like I said, I forgot, Jason Tatum got that. So tell me what you guys think. Honestly, I do believe both of these series are gonna be amazing. They're gonna be great series. On one end, you got two defensive juggernauts. The reason why I believe one team will win is because their offense is better. And then on the other side, you got two offensive juggernauts where the team I think that may be able to win is because their wings have a lot more length and play better defense. Simple as that. But it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun to watch. If y'all want me to host any watch parties and stuff like that, I can do that. I've been contemplating it because I don't know how many people will come. I don't really know the logistics of it yet, but if y'all want me to do that, go ahead and drop that in the comments below. I will start doing that. I'll have a whole stream of the game up with me up here and then you guys talking right here, something of that nature. Tell me what you guys think, who y'all think will make it to the finals, who you think is gonna win both conference MVPs. And until next time, it is your boy Steph as always. I love you guys and I'm out. Peace.